Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS22 news video. In this video I'll show you the machines of the upcoming HORSCH pack. The HORSCH pack will be released at Tuesday the 25th of July, which is very soon, and we get 14 machines to work on our soil and a map, and we are already on this map right now, and I'm planning on doing 3 videos about this pack at least, and this one is about showing all the machines as they stand here at the dealership and having a look at the shop, where we can have a look at all the facts and the configuration possibilities, because a lot of those machines have different configurations. And then I want to make a video about the map, a map tour, and I can already tell you this map is awesome somehow. It's much better than I expected. Okay, I already expected a lot because it's a map that was made by Oxygen David and that stands for very high quality map, but yeah, I like it and I think it's very interesting to play on it. At first I thought, oh yeah, maybe playing a little bit, few hours, but then when I first had a look at the map, I thought, maybe playing a little bit longer on this map. So I will play on this map on my German channel, as I just started to play on cord farms on this, my English channel. I won't make an extra let's play on this map, only if you really want to, but yeah, I think at the moment we have plenty to do on the cord farm map. So, and the third one will be, we try these machines on the field. So those are different machines, even if they all look red, they have different tasks on the field in different stages of the cycle. And yeah, I will prepare a field and then we will try all those machines with very strong tractors and so on. I think we'll have a lot of fun. Okay, so let's have a look. The first one is the Caltro 90C, and it is a mulcher. And you use this mulcher directly after the harvest to break down all the stubbles of the grain, to make them softer and work them into the soil, so to say. Yeah, and prepare the soil and the field for the next stages of the field work. Yeah, and this here is 9 meters, and we go over all the facts on our tour in the shop. So here we have another mulcher. This is the bigger brother, the Caltro 12TC, and it's just bigger. And here, this is the Finer 6SL. This is a cultivator and it has a lot of different options. So in the end, those are not 7 cultivators, but I would say 14, because we have one main option and then 7 design options. That makes 14. So you can throw away all your other cultivators. You have 14 cultivators in this one. No, that was a joke. Because we have another cultivator here, and this is the Tiger 8MT. And yeah, it's another cultivator. It works a little bit different. And it has an option, I think, to fertilize. We will see in the shop, because here you see this pipe and it goes to a tank that will be attached to the front, and then you can either sow or fertilize, and we will see this in the shop. Here this machine looks rather similar, but this is no cultivator, it's a disc harrow. In the end, for farm sim, it doesn't make a lot of difference, because in the end you prepare your field either with the cultivator or with the disc harrow, and after this you can put the seeds into the soil. But in reality those are different kinds of machines. And yeah, as far as I know, those discs are the name giving for the disc harrow. And then they very often have those round thingies behind. And the cultivator usually has things like this that goes rather deep into the soil. Not too deep, but not as how it's called, subsoiler. So it's no subsoiler, it's a little bit shallower. And then we have the shallow cultivator, which is this, so lots of kind of different things. And the cultivator with those deep going thingies very often has discs as well. So it's complicated. And this has a tank as well, if you so choose, and then you can sow. And I guess you can only sow grass and oil radish. Yeah, to make a green fertilizing. So you put some greenery on the field in the waiting time for the next harvest cycle. And this is the partner 1600 FT, which is a tank for either seeds or fertilizer, and you can use it together with several of those sowing machines, and I guess with this machine as well, because here we don't see a tank. So this has to be experimented on. I didn't have the time yet to play a lot with those machines, therefore we still have to find out. And here we have the Taro 6SL, and this is no cultivator, it's a sowing machine. And if you ask yourself, where is the tank for the seeds? Here is the tank for the seeds. So you buy two different units. This can be used for several machines, and this is only a sowing unit. And yeah, you can sow things like wheat and canola and barley and stuff like that. And it has different configurations as many of those machines. And here we have the Pronto 3 DC in the big configuration with a huge tank. There is also the possibility with a smaller tank, and it's a direct seed sowing machine. In reality it's a mulching sowing machine, but we don't have mulching sowing machines in farm sim, and therefore it is used as a direct seed sowing machine. That means that you don't need to cultivate the soil before sowing. You can harvest and then just go on seeding, and yeah, you skip one step of the work, so to say. And this can't fertilize, but it's rather cheap because it only has a working width of 3 meters, other than the other ones, and it is the cheapest direct seed sowing machine from Giants in FS22. In the base game we have two with 6 meters, and we don't have one smaller yet, and the bigger ones are expensive, and this is with 65,000 basic price. It's the cheapest possibility with the Giants machines to have the direct seed function. And I'm saying with Giants machine because in ModHub we have some direct seed sowing machines, some of them converted from FS19, because in FS19 we had quite some smaller direct seed sowing machines. So, and therefore for me this machine is important because it's a fast entry into the world of direct seeding, which I like a lot. And here is the bigger sister. This is the Pronto 6DC with 6 meter working width, and yeah, this is rather similar to the direct seed sowing machines that we already have in game, and therefore for me it's not so exciting, I must admit, but only because we already have them. I think it will be a wonderful machine. The other machines, the Pöttinger Terrasem, I like a lot. This is my favorite sewing machine of the base game, and I think this will be as good as the Terrasem from Pöttinger, I guess, I hope. So I guess it's a very good machine, but for me it's not so exciting because we already have this type of machine and this size. But now this is very exciting. This is the Avatar 12.25, and this is a direct seed sowing machine as well, but it's 12 meter working width, and this is very interesting. Oh, and this here can be configured for seeding only or for seeding and fertilizing, and this is seeding and fertilizing always. And with 12 meter working width, it is a very interesting machine in the world of the direct seed. So you can seed 12 meters in one go, and you do the cultivating, the sowing and the fertilizing in one go, 12 meters width. Okay, you need a rather big tractor for this, but this can be awesome for, I would say, good medium-sized and bigger fields. So I guess for a lot of players this could be the most interesting machine of this pack. So now we come to the world of the planters, and they are used for other crops like corn and sunflower and soybeans. Soybeans can be sown with those machines and with those machines, but those are the only crop that can be sown with both type of machines. And we have cotton as well with those planter machines, and they were quite different. So here you see all these little boxes, and there goes the seed. It comes from a distributor if you have a bigger tank, and then the machine plants a corn by corn in rows, and therefore when you grow corn, maize, you have rows, and if you have sunflowers you have rows as well, and so they don't spread the seed, but they plant piece. Yeah, and this other machines, oh, here it's difficult to see because they are folded. Here it's easier. They have much more rows, so you don't get really rows. It's more like spreaded in the end. It is still rows, but such a lot of them, they are so close together, and the seeds are smaller usually with those machines than with those planters. Okay, so yeah, this is the HORSCH Maestro, the small one, and you can fill 630 liters into those small machines. It goes automatically in the game, and you can extend the tank with the partner tank there, and you could, as far as I know, we will, yeah, I think you can choose. You can have this machine for only sowing or planting, or you can have a fertilizer unit configured, and then you put fertilizer into the tank, and you have the fertilizer in the front in the tank, and in the back you have the small units for sowing. Or you can choose to extend the sowing with the planting with the partner. Oh, all those words. And here we have the bigger brother, the Maestro 24.50, and it doesn't have 24 meters working width. It would be nice. It has 12 meters around. And as it is folded, it looks totally different than the smaller Maestro. And it has a built-in tank that is really big. And here we have the Wieder. This is quite nice and big. It is 24 meters working width. So here the number corresponds with the working width. And this works against young weeds. So if you don't have the weed deactivated, you can work with this when the weed is still young. And when it's too old, you need to spray it with poison, with herbicide. And here we have another machine that works as a weeder, but it's a hoe. So in reality, it's a different kind of machine than this, but in the game it has the same function. Yeah, this is the Transformer 12 VF. And now we go into the shop. And here we find, is it here? Yeah, here we find it. If you don't want to find all the machines in this mod and DLC area, you could go here and then find each machines in their respective area categories. But we go for this now to have them all together. So we have the same from the beginning to the end, like we saw in front of the shop. Here is the Caltro, the mulcher again, and it is somehow in the how you work with it. So after the harvest, first comes the mulcher, then comes the cultivator or disc harrow, and then comes the sowing. And with some machines you don't even need the cultivator. And Then when the plant grows, you have the weeder. So this is the right timeline for the machines, so to say. So the Caltro weighs 3.5 tons, and you need a tractor with 240 horsepower. All the horsepower numbers in this pack are always, you need a tractor with this power. Therefore, I won't say it again. I only say 240 horsepower, which means you need a tractor with this so-and-so horsepower, because they are all machines that need power from your tractor. Okay, working with this 8.9 meter, and the working speed is 18 kilometers per hour. The price, the basic price, is 35,000 bucks. And you can add an additional weight to it. And here it comes in the middle, so it presses the machine down. And it costs another 1,200 bucks. And then we have the bigger, the Caltro 12 TC. And yeah, you can see it will unfold to the side. It weighs 8 tons, 270 horsepower, 12.2 meters, 18 kilometers per hour, and it costs 78,000 bucks. So it is only 3 meters wider, but the price is double the price. And here are the normal wheel configurations, and you can have different designs. Here, those end pieces, they change. So either like needles that stick into the ground, or more like roundish things, and I think it depends on the crops or maybe the ground what you need. And then the next one is the finer. This is a shallow cultivator. And oh, we have a lot of configurations. This is the machine I said, you have 14 machines in one. All the cultivators you ever need. First we go for the basic facts. It's 3.3 tons. I believe it depends on the configuration how much it weighs. You need 220 horsepower, 6 meters working width, 15 kilometers per hour, and the basic cost is 25,000 bucks. And here we already have a design chosen that costs additional 10,000. But first we have a look at the seeder unit, whether you want a seeder unit or not, no or yes. And then you have all the machinery here, and you can saw with this machine. And let's go back. This finer. Oh, this is different to what I thought. I thought this machine can only saw oil radish and grass. I haven't looked yet. It's good that I looked now, because you can saw all the stuff. It only, so if you have the seeder unit, you pay an additional 4,000 bucks. You don't have a tank. You would need a tank, this partner tank. But this is awesome. So somehow this is another direct seeding machine, I would think. I have to try this and then I'll tell you. We'll try it out in the video when we go onto the field and try on the machine, because that makes this machine very interesting. So, but now I deactivate the seeder unit, and then we have a look at all the designs. This machine changes completely. We go to design 1. A very small, tiny 6-meter cultivator. And you can see those thingies here, they are not very long and strong and deep. Therefore, it's a shallow cultivator. And now it grows. So it gets an additional unit to treat the soil. And here it gets wheels. And here it gets different looking thingies behind. And here design 5 gets 2 of them. So we have those roundish one and those needle shaped ones. And then we have design 6, it's smaller again, but with wheels in the back. And then we have design 7, which has wheels but the needles in the back. So all those combinations. And I think for the work in FS22, it all will be more or less the same. Maybe it looks different and it behaves a little bit different, but in the end you have a cultivated field. But in reality, I think those configuration options can make a huge difference, and it will depend on the kind of soil that you have and what you want to grow next. And yeah, it could be very interesting to find out what would be the best configuration for your personal field, if you had a field. I don't have a field, sadly. Sometimes I wish I had a farm and fields. And here we have the Tiger. This is a cultivator that is no shallow cultivator. And as you can see, those metal things are much stronger and longer as with the shallow cultivator. And it has additional those discs, and it has those wheels. So, but let's have a look at the option. Now first the basic facts. This is the Tiger 8MT. It weighs 10.4 tons and you need 440 horsepower. Quite a lot. This is a huge tractor. 7.5 meters working width and 15 kilometers per hour. And the cost is 78,000 bucks. And now you can choose the fertilizer distribution unit. Here we are. You remember when we have when we stood in front of the dealership, I told you, oh, I think this is for the fertilizer. It is for fertilizing. And you don't have a tank, so you need the partner tank to put in the fertilizer, and then you can use this for cultivating and fertilizing in one go. Wonderful, interesting machine. And you can choose the top ring roller. I think this is that. Oh, no. This is the top ring roller, so it is additional here. So in the end, when everything is done, the soil is treated with an additional small machine. And then we have the Joker 8RT, and this is a disc harrow. And here we can see it has a seeding unit as well, if you so wish, but this is only for grass and oil radish. So this is different to this finer that can sow everything. I really wonder whether this will really work. So The disc harrow, it misses those long metal hose, or how to call it, but here you can see the name giving discs, lots of them, and it weighs 9 tons, 330 horsepower, 8.2 meters working width, 18 kilometers per hour, and the cost is 82,000 bucks. And the additional equipment that you can choose is a seeder unit, and this only for grass and oil radish. And here you have a slurry distributor. I think that this should work with pumps and hoses. I haven't tried it, but I don't know where the slurry could come if you haven't pumps and hoses, a pipe from pumps and hoses. So therefore I imagine that you need pumps and hoses, and you maybe could connect this, and then you do the cultivating and the slurry fertilizing in one go. But I don't know this. I don't have information about this. I just discovered when I checked this machine first, there is a slurry distributor, and I thought, and where is the tank? I guess you get it with pumps and hoses. And you can add a seeder unit and a slurry distributor. And then, yeah, you would have a direct seed sowing machine for grass and oil radish. Okay, and now let's compare this Tiger with the Joker. The end result with the basic machine is the same. You have a field that you can use to put your seeds in. And the Tiger is cheaper and the Joker is a little bit more expensive. But for the Tiger you need a tractor with 440 horsepower, and the working width is 7.5 meter. With the Joker, you only need a tractor with 330 horsepower, so 110 horsepower less. Such a tractor is way cheaper than the huge one. And the working width is bigger. You have 8.2 meters. And you are faster, 18 kilometers per hour, and the other one is only 15. So you can accomplish much more with this machine than with that machine. And yeah, you need a really monstrous tractor, but maybe you have such a tractor anyhow. Then this doesn't make such a big difference. But if you buy the tractor especially for this machine, then this is the better option. But why is this the case, you might ask? The reason are those rather deep going, so it's no subsoiler, no plow, but they go rather deep into the soil, and that's exhausting for the tractor. You need more power to do this than this here, which is more or less softly rolling over the field, and therefore you need less power. And in FS22, no difference. In reality, a rather big difference. And here we have this partner tank, which I guess can be used with a lot of those machines. And we have several configurations. You can use this partner tank for either seeds or fertilizer. And the capacity is 1600 liters, it weighs 700 kilos, and the price is 19,500 bucks. The first configuration possibility is with tire rollers. So you will have this in front of your tractor, and if you have this, it is a little bit supported by those rollers, and it will roll the soil, so to say. And you could have a roll packer as well. And this is working a little bit different on the soil, I would say. Or you don't want this, and then you can have an additional weight, and you can choose the kilos, up to 600 kilos. Oh no, 360 only. And yeah, this could be needed if the machine that you have on the back is rather heavy and the weight of this tank is not enough to balance it. But if you have this weight and you don't have a very heavy machine and in the back, then this could let your tractor lift at the back if the front is too heavy. So you have to find out whether you need this additional weight or not. And then we have the Taro. Now we come to the official sewing machines. This is a sewing machine that needs the partner because it doesn't have a tank on its own. It's 2.8 tons, 200 horsepower, 6 meters working width, 20 kilometers per hour. This is really fast for a sewing machine, and it costs 50,000 bucks. And yeah, you need the partner. The partner goes to the front and this at the back, and then you're good to go. And you put the seats into the partner. And you can choose it with Rollflex Packer. This is, I guess this is this here, doesn't cost additional, or with trapezoidal ring roller, which is this and which is an extra price. So this treats the soil differently. And you can have track loosening tines. That would be this. And you can have a cedar unit design 1, which is it, or like that, then it looks different. Yeah. So now we come to the Pronto 3DC. And with this machine you can sew all the normal grains. And this machine is too for the normal grains, and it's a direct seeder. And so it does the disc harrow work in the front, and then comes the seeding. And in reality, this is called the mulching machine. As I heard, and as I read on the website from HORSCH. Yeah, the basic tank volume is 2,800 liters, 3.2 tons, 150 horsepower, which is good and little. That means you can use these machines with one of the starting equipment tractors. This makes a big difference to the other sewing machines where you need a bigger tractor. Working width is 3 meters, 18 kilometers per hour, and the cost is 65,000 bucks. It's not a cheap seeding machine. But it's much cheaper than the bigger direct seeding machines. As I said, it's the cheapest direct seed sewing machines in the game made by giants. Yeah, and you can choose a different tank. Outside we have seen a bigger tank. This is the smaller version. and this is the bigger one. With this it looks like a house, and with the smaller one it's still a rather big machine. And you can choose a different wheel setup here. This here, there is nothing, and here you have wheels, small tire rollers and bigger tire rollers. And I think first it supports the machine and it works, it presses the soil down. It's working a little bit like a roller, I guess. And we have a ridge marker or not, and this is here, and it unfolds when you are working. And this ridge marker helps you to work precisely on the field. And then we have the bigger brother. Oh, this is only sowing, no fertilizing. What a pity. And this, the bigger brother or bigger sister, this is fertilizing as well. And other than that, it is just bigger. It has double the size, 6 meter working width. So this is similar to the other sowing machines that we already have in base game. Basic tank is 4,000 liters, 10 tons, 200 horsepower, 6 meters and 18 kilometers per hour, and the base price is 106,000 bucks. And here we have it. This will unfold. It folds to the sides, and we can choose a different tank. This is seeds only, and we have seeds with an additional seeds tank and bigger seeds, even bigger seeds, 5,400 liters. And now we have the combination of seeds and fertilizer in one machine, and even a little bit bigger. And we can have the tire rollers, yes or no. So here those disappear or appear. And there is the roll control. Where was this? Again. The change happens here. So I deactivate it, or it was here. So the whole setup of the seeding unit looks different. And there is the ridge marker, which appears here. And when it's unfolded, it's close to the soil, and it unfolds again, and then it helps with precise work. And here we have the big avatar machine, and as you can see, those look quite different. They unfold like a butterfly, those side wings. And here those unfold in a different way. So the hinges are here, and they unfold to the back, so to say, and not like a butterfly. And therefore the look is so different, because if they would be like the other machines, this machine would be too high and you couldn't put it into a shed. That is my guess why they are constructed so differently. Yeah, this is the fantastic avatar 12.25 SD with a 12 meters working width, and therefore it's so huge. The base capacity is 6,800 liters, 11.5 tons, 300 horsepower, 12 meters working width as a direct seed sowing machine, 15 kilometers per hour, and the price is 195,000. It's not cheap, but if you have big fields or yeah, medium to big size fields. This is a really nice machine. Yeah, and the basic configuration of the tank setup is seats 2960 liters for seeds and fertilizer 3840 liters. This is the normal, and then you can add another bit for additional seeds here. Yeah, you can choose the wheel brand, because here we have a normal wheel, like so. And there are different wheel setups with white tires or not. And you can choose different seeder units. Here they are different. Okay. So then we come to the planters. And here you can see what you can plant with it. Corn or maize and sunflowers, soybeans, sugar beets and cotton. And this goes for all the planters that we get further down the road. Yeah, this is the Maestro 9.75 RX, the one that looks rather simple, and it has a capacity of 630 liters, 2.5 tons, 170 horsepower, 6 meters working width, 15 kilometers per hour, and the basic price is 65,000 euros. Bucks. I tend to say bucks because euros or dollars are the same in the game, and I don't want to change it every time when I make an English video. I already have to change the language. Yeah, therefore I always speak about bucks. And usually, yeah, maybe you ask yourself, why is this capacity so small? There are two reasons. Yeah, maybe two reasons. So one reason is it has no additional tank, only those small ones. And even if the seeds for the planters are much bigger than the seeds for the normal sowing machine, you need way less of them, because they are planted seed by seed by seed, and not whoosh all those seeds on spread out. And therefore 630 liters from those machines are much bigger if you had the same capacity in a normal sowing machine. Yeah, and the other reason is because it has no additional tank, but you can have an additional tank for this machine. And yeah, here you can have the options. This is the option with fertilizer distribution unit. Here you see those extra stuff, and here this is without the extra stuff. And with the fertilizer distribution unit, you can use this partner tank full of fertilizer, and then you can fertilize and seed in one go, but only with this fertilizer distribution unit. And there are track loosening tines or tines, I think tines. Those are here some small thingies, and the ridge markers, the same that with the sowing machines, the normal sowing machines. Yeah, and I think this is a really interesting machine because you have quite a good working width. It's 6 meters and you only need 170 horsepower to work with it. So this could be worked with starting equipment tractor. So, oh, I wanted to show you. Yeah, I think I just jump back to the Pronto, because I told you we have those machines already in the base game, and I wanted to show them to you, and then we go back to our HORSCH machines. So here are the seeders, and here we have the Pöttinger Terrasem, and it has nearly the same data. It's a very similar machine. I love it. I'm always so happy when I finally can afford this machine. So nothing against the Pronto 6 DC. It's a wonderful machine, but we already have a similar one. And from the K brand we have one as well. 6 meter working width as well with, so this is more or less the same type of machine. Very, very similar. Looks a little bit different, but the use in the game is very similar. So, and I think we have 6 meter cultivators as well, and a lot of those machines are more or less in the base game already in their functionality. But for me personally, those 3 machines are very interesting in my point of view, and this is different to all because it's smaller and cheaper. This is different because it's a very big direct seed sowing machine, and this is not so interesting, even if it's a wonderful machine. So now we had this, we hadn't this. This is the bigger Maestro, and yeah, even if the name suggests 24 meters, it doesn't have 24 meters. All the other machines, the numbers correspond more or less with the working width, but not for the Maestros. But it's bigger than the other one, the smaller Maestro. The capacity of the tank is 900 liters, 15.4 tons, 350 horsepower, 12 meter working width, that is the working width, and 12 kilometers per hour. The price is 208,000 bucks. And it will unfold to the side. I guess the hinge will be, yeah, there. So no, it unfolds that this, what is along the machine here, will be in the back. Yeah, you can choose the wheels, and here you see a division, and this is because you can seed and fertilize in one go. Yeah, here you see one tank is for seeds and the other one for the fertilizer. Okay, now we come to the last 2 machines. Finally, this video is already very, very long. This is the weeder, and this is very interesting too. I already heard from some people they like this machine best of the whole pack, because of the fantastic working width. It's 8.7 tons, 200 horsepower, 24.5 meters working width. This is really good for a weeder. 12 kilometers per hour, and the price is 85,000 bucks. This is against the wheat when it's young. yeah, it unfolds multiple times to get this enormous working width. And other players are very keen on this transformer because it's a hoe. In the game it has the same functionality than the weeder, but in reality it's a different kind of machine. You use it against weeds and such, but you see it's very different. And the weight is 3.5 tons, 250 horsepower, 12 meters working width, 12 kilometers per hour, and the price is 95,000 bucks. Yeah, those are the HORSCH machines. And here they are, standing in the evening light. And we are already on the map. So in the next days you can expect videos from me about the map and how those machines work on the fields. That's what I'm planning to do on this, my English channel. And yeah, maybe if I find the time, I will have a deeper look into the enterprise HORSCH, but as of now I didn't found the time yet, and therefore it's getting a little late for this video, what I wanted to do. Yeah, but I had so much to do last week or this week, and therefore I will see whether I can manage to do this. Okay. Oh, yes, what I would like to know from you is, are you interested in this kind of equipment? Are you interested in this pack because of the map or because of the equipment? Which is your favorite equipment part of this pack? Yeah, I would be really curious about it. Please write it in the comments below this video. If you have watched so far, I have seen other YouTubers that made a video about this HORSCH pack with the machine standing here in the shop, on the field, and a map tour in 20 minutes, all together. For me, it took me nearly 1 hour only this part and within the shop. That's why I always talk so much. Yeah, I think that is the reason why. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.